Well, I guess you probably weren't expecting this. LEGO content on the Mark 45 channel in 2026. As I mentioned in the beginning, on the first video of this year, I said that Ninjago was making a great comeback. I'm bringing back Ninjago content on this channel. I mean, after all, it is my childhood, and in the past, I have done some Ninjago content. All the 3 new legacy sets, the 15-year anniversary sets, as of this recording right now, I am working on the Old Town set. I'm building it. I'm like 18 bags in out of the 47, so still got quite a bit to go. So within this month, and the next, you'll probably see reviews of the Old Town, the blacksmith shop, and the character shrine pop up. Because yes, I bought all the legacy stuff, including what you're about to watch in this video, which is the Build-A-Minifig Minifigs. There is 7 in this brand new set, and believe me when I tell you this, I have the whole set here. So in case you don't know what Build-A-Minifigs are, there is this little station that every majority of the LEGO stores around the world should have. Back then, it used to be these plastic display cases, which were pretty cool, but obviously it wasn't so environmental friendly, so they switched up to these simple cardboard boxes, which I'm not opposed to. I mean, after all, you're really getting it for the minifigs themselves. But the point is, you buy those minifigs that you've built, and then you can take them home. For a price of $12.99 Canadian, you can pick 3 minifigs. For the 15-year anniversary of Ninjago, they release a set of 7 minifigs from the Ninjago line that you could build. Now, there's no official building instructions or anything. This is the official photo. It's like kind of grainy, but I guess it's just someone's screenshot of the display. So I literally used that photo as a template when I went into the LEGO store to build those minifigs. After spending a good 20-ish minutes at the Build-A-Minifig station, surrounded by other people, I successfully dug out all the parts needed and successfully built all 7 of them. I technically grabbed 2 extra minifigs because, like I said, you pay for sets of 3 and there are 7, meaning that if I want my money's worth, I should be getting 9, and I did get 9. I just picked up 2 completely random minifigs, not even related to the set, which is why you can see I kind of have to open the box already. Then I took those minifigs out just so we can focus on specifically those Ninjago minifigs. I have a whole story of lining up at the LEGO store that morning to get the stuff, including this. I'm not gonna waste my time on this. This review is gonna be focusing on these 7 minifigs. Let's dump these guys out carefully, and they do have all the accessories. I literally had that exact photo opened up right in front of me as I was building these figures, so I technically should not have anything missing. I think I followed the photo to the last piece. All right, so I've went ahead and grabbed a handful of my spare minifigure stand plates. Just to make it clear, these are not included. We've got a total of 7 here, so of course we'll take a look at them one by one, but I feel like this review is just gonna be pretty straightforward considering that all there is are minifigures, so it shouldn't be that difficult. So we should fly through this relatively easy. So let's get started. Okay, let's kick things off with Mistaké here. I believe this is Mistaké in her Oni form. This is a minifig that really struck a nerve with me because obviously she's not Garmadon, but seeing this kind of look reminds me of the very first Garmadon we got from the pilot. So it's a pretty straightforward minifig. Like, you get your standard torso, leggings, head, and then you get these horn headpieces. Now, full admission, I actually nearly forgot about the headpiece, the horns here. I almost walked out of the LEGO store without this piece. And it would have been bad because I would have this minifig incomplete and I don't have any extras at home. Luckily, I remembered the last minute and I had to dig through the parts to actually find it. It was a really small piece, so you can imagine how actually difficult it was to find this horn piece. But that's pretty much it. It's just pretty much, obviously the whole color scheme is black and purple, the purple robes The purple contrast, again, that's literally why it reminds me of Pilot Garmadon. There's her face, you know, aggressive, scary with the red eyes. I mean, the horns is a nice addition. I think if there was a way to like cover up this awkward hole in the top, that would have been nice, but I get it. That is like the stud for the minifig head mold, so I feel like that was inevitable. But it would be nice if there was a way to actually cover it up. She does come with a sword. Out of 10, probably give her a solid 8. I'm quite happy with it, but obviously it's quite straightforward. There's nothing too exciting about her in terms of like the color scheme and everything, but it is really cool to get her in Oni form. All right, next up, this is Nya, but I'm not sure what outfit this is, like kimono Nya, pajama Nya. What is she wearing? I've heard bits and pieces about Crystallized, and I do want to check it out, especially because of how controversial it is. I want to see it for myself. So maybe she wears this in Crystallized. I'm not sure. Someone in the comments can let me know. They actually brought her original hairpiece back. I mean, obviously her hair is very different now. Her face is still the same. I mean, she's got that pimple, and no, it's not a misprint. It is part of the, I guess, her facial design, but it is pretty cool to like see her original hairpiece come back, and she does have a double face. So here's her other face. But don't get me wrong, this outfit she's wearing is pretty solid. I do like it. It's like this kind of very light blue color, and it has a little bit of like gold markings to contrast it. So it's pretty nice. And yes, according to the picture, she is holding a gold sword. So I, of course, followed along and gave her a gold sword. Out of 10, I'd give her a solid, not my particular favorite, but she's not bad. So I will give her a solid 7. A 7 out of 10. All right, next up, we've got a PIXAL minifig. Now, I remember when PIXAL first debuted, it was obviously back in Rebooted, and she only came in one set, which was the Zane's like ninja copter thing. I remember getting that set and thinking, oh, this is probably gonna be like the one and only time you can get PIXAL. She's probably gonna be a pretty exclusive minifig. Well, little did I know that she would come back in later seasons, and then actually I do have her Samurai X minifig from, I believe it was one of the Sons of Garmadon sets. I thought, okay, I guess PIXAL won't be that common. Well, here we are with a Build-A-Minifig version of her. You can pick her up for $4 if you do the math. PIXAL is actually not that rare anymore. I mean, so is a lot of other characters. I will say the purple robe that she's wearing actually makes her look more combat ready. I don't really like the outfit she was wearing in her debut. So this feels more, I guess, sophisticated. I do like the purple color scheme, and then like, you know, the red contrast inside. That's pretty nice. And then she's got the gold sword. Again, was just following the picture. Her hair has not changed, so that's good. I mean, a robot's hair changing will be really weird. But she does have two faces, so she does have a battle face where she's wearing a mouth guard. Overall, I'm actually pretty happy with this one. Like I said, I have some fond memories with PIXAL, but this is definitely an improvement from her debut figure. I'll give her a solid 8 out of 10 as well. I'm very happy with this. Next up, we've got the one and only, the GOAT himself, the brown ninja, Mr. Dareth. He's a character that regularly comes back again and again. You either love him or hate him. I mean, I did remember first seeing him in season 2, and I found him really annoying. I was like, oh, can this guy just be quiet already? Every time he's opening his mouth, he's yap, yap, yap. But as he continues to stick around in the show, over time, I started to warm up to him, and you know what? He wasn't that bad. I remember in season 3 for Rebooted, there was an exclusive Toys R Us polybag which had the first Dareth minifig. It was Dareth versus Nindroid. I remember seeing it and I went, oh my god, I need to get that polybag. That was my chance to get the Dareth, and I've missed that window of opportunity. My story with Dareth ended there. And now, in 2026, I finally have a Dareth minifig. Sure, it's not the original, but I'll take it. This is actually a pretty close resemblance to his OG minifig. This is actually a really cheap way to get Dareth. Like, of all things, they didn't stick him in a big $300 set. I mean, I think they did, but you can actually get a decently priced Dareth. All you gotta do is pay $12.99 for him plus 2 other minifigs. Now, it would be nice if the hood was also included, but for some reason, LEGO keeps refusing to make a brown ninja hood, so you can actually make the brown ninja outfit. I think this is like the Elvis Presley hair, I'm not entirely sure, but it is a pretty nice hair. It's not, doesn't feel so default compared to Nya. I gotta say, this is a pretty default hairpiece you can get with most female minifigs, so it's nice to actually have like a not default hairpiece. I realized I forgot to show Dareth's alternate face, which is so funny. I guess it's when he's singing. Yeah, this is his singing face. I remember that scene from the Tournament of Elements where he's just karaokeing in the DBX. His outfit is just as great as I remember. It's, you know, the brown outfit. He's got the stars all over it. And then he's obviously holding his very legit and very real trophy. There's nothing wrong with him. I'm very happy with him. Now, if you have the OG Dareth, you're probably gonna think, oh, this is not that great. The OG is better. Well, I don't have the OG. This is my first Dareth, so I'm happy with what I have here. So I will happily give him a score of 10 out of 10 because he is the brown ninja. Next up, we've got this kid. Now, I don't know who he is. Obviously, I've not really watched a lot of the current Ninjago stuff. I think he's from Dragon's Rising, but I have seen him appear in a couple other sets. He could be in a couple previous seasons. I know Crystallize features a part where there's like a new generation of ninja. Is he from this new generation? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna speak my thoughts on this from a strictly minifigure standpoint. He kind of just looks like your standard child minifig. If you didn't tell me that he was from Ninjago, I would just literally assume he is from like a Lego City or a Lego Creator set. But from a minifig standpoint, he's not too bad. I will say, like, the pants color versus his shirt, like, it's obviously a clash of dark blue and orange. I get that, but I think the orange itself could have been more orange, if that makes sense. It's more orange yellow. So I think if he had a more orange shirt, the two colors would contrast a little better, if that makes sense. As a minifigure, I would just give him a solid 6 out of 10. As a minifigure, he's alright, it's not that special. Next up, we also have this child. Again, no idea who she is. I haven't seen the season that she's in. Someone let me know if she's good or not. I'm sure she's great, but I don't know. For this kid, there's some contrast going on, but she's just one color. I'm looking at this shirt that she's wearing. It looks like a police uniform. Maybe she's actually from, you know, the police academy or something. I don't know. This looks like a police badge. Someone give me the context of this character. The pink hair obviously stands out. I mean, this was probably the easiest thing to find in the pile of parts because it just stands out. She does have an alternate face. A shocked face. I guess she's a mechanic because she does include a wrench. As a minifig standpoint, like I said, she's probably at the very bottom of the list. And I'm just gonna give her a solid 5 out of 10. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's nothing like that exciting if you get my drift. All right, last but definitely not the least, I do really like this one. It is Kid Lloyd in his Green Ninja outfit. Now, is it perfect? Oh no, it's not. But a few easy swaps will do the trick. Now I know there are some people who are not a big fan of how they've changed the ZX suits. The hood is the big one, obviously, like the armor. The gold kind of just doesn't feel the same because Lloyd, Jay, and Cole use a more gunmetal gray to silver armor. I'm not too bothered by it. I'm just saying a couple easy swaps will just fix the problem right away. But officially, I mean, this is pretty cool. This is, again, a flash of nostalgia for me, just remembering watching season 1 back when Lloyd was also still young. It's like I grew up with Lloyd. That's crazy. And take it off. I mean, this is like the same Lloyd you can get from, I believe, a couple other legacy sets from before. And then, like, this headpiece isn't new. I remember this head is, I've seen this before, but the expressions look familiar. You got the scared look, and then you got the smug look. Like, this is literally the OG Lloyd head, but they've modernized it by painting his eyes green. So that's pretty nice. I think overall, just an easy fix with your OG parts will do the trick. Then you get the young Lloyd. Now, I feel like this was a minifig that was just long awaited. It's great just because of its nostalgia. I do like this outfit, it's really nice. And he does come with this slingshot. I don't think he's ever used a slingshot. I don't remember him using a slingshot at all, but I guess they wanted to give him an accessory that fits something a kid would use, a bratty kid especially, because remember, he was definitely an antagonist when he started as a child, but then of course we got to see him mature and grow into the Golden Ninja. Like, the character development is insane for Lloyd. I can see why some people don't like the new ZX suits. He should have just kept the original design but made some modern tweaks just to modernize it, if you feel my drift. A solid minifigure, really, because of nostalgia. I like this figure. Ultimately, I have literally only tried the Build-A-Minifig twice, I think. The first time I vaguely remember, which was in 2018 when I was in New York. So I can honestly say that this is really my first time for real at a Build-A-Minifig station where I actually cared about it, because there was stuff I was genuinely intrigued to get. The only reason why I didn't enjoy the station as much as I should have is just mainly because of the amount of people that was there. My obvious favorite one, I'm sure you could tell already, Dareth is obviously the top one for me. As I mentioned, I never got the OG polybag one. I think pretty much it goes from Dareth, PIXAL, Mistaké, Nya, Lloyd, and then the 2 kids. And that's mainly because I didn't watch Dragons Rising, so I have no correlation to these 2 kids. I have no connection to them. I don't know their significance in the story. So that's really my main order. But overall, I think LEGO really did a good job with this Build-A-Minifig set. I mean, it actually gives a lot of people like me a reason to go to the Build-A-Minifigs station, and I think they should do more of it. Now, this isn't the first time they've done a Build-A-Minifig for Ninjago. This is the second time. They've done one before. Totally missed that one, but it doesn't matter. I looked at those minifigs and I said, yeah, it's whatever. I don't really care about them. So this is a good set. And I think what really drew me to it was the Dareth and the young Lloyd. It was those 2. Overall, I think this Build-A-Minifig set is pretty solid, but just keep in mind, really get your money's worth. The price is, after all, for a set of 3 minifigs. So if you want to get the full set like I did here, just pick 2 random minifigs to make it 9 just to get your money's worth, because you're going to end up paying the same price and you're basically going to be paying more for an extra minifig, if that makes sense. Just pick 2 random ones, or if you're getting an extra minifig for someone else, get some duplicates. Well, get 2 extras of these, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's my recommendation. But overall, good job, LEGO. As I finish building the old town, that review will come next, and then I'll review the blacksmith shop and the character shrine afterwards. So that will be fun. So for now, we're gonna wrap it here for this review. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so when the other Ninjago stuff comes out, you won't miss it. All right, talk to you in the next one.